Once upon a time, there were two shoes. Mr. Speed Elite met a beautiful young shoe named Razor 3. And they fell in love, and they made a love child, and they named that love child the Razor Elite. Today, I will be giving you my full review of the Skechers Performance Go Run Razor 3 Elite Hyper. Oh boy, that is a mouthful. Let's just call it the Razor Elite. Before we get to the full review, real quick, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Give the video a thumbs up if you like the content. And quick little disclaimer, this shoe was sent to me by Skechers, but I am not getting paid to say anything. All thoughts, opinions, experiences that I share with you today are truly my own. Now with that, let's get on with the review. What a fun shoe to run in. You know, Skechers did something special for runners when they released the Razor 3, pictured on the left, and then again with the release of the carbon plate infused Speed Elite, pictured in the center. I'll be referencing these two other shoes during this review of the Razor Elite, pictured here on the right. So do we really need the Razor Elite? Yes, we do, and here's why. As of this recording, I've run over 200 miles in the Razor 3 and over 60 miles in the Speed Elite. In the Razor Elite, I've already ran over 50 miles, stolen numerous Strava segment crowns, and can tell you that the Razor Elite has become my go-to speed shoe. I absolutely love this shoe. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts, or in this case of the Razor Elite, Skechers has brought together the best components of what makes their shoes great into a competitive winner. For example, a responsive hyperburst midsole, lightweight monomesh upper, and carbon forefoot plate are in part what makes this shoe so great. The Razor Elite really offers runners a super light do-it-all speed shoe. The shoe weighs in at only 5.1 ounces or 145 grams, but note that some sources list this shoe at 5.4 ounces. Regardless, it's a very lightweight shoe, and you can feel that feather-like lightness when you run in them. The Goodyear rubber on the outsole is very grippy, strategically placed in high wear areas, and from my experience in other Skechers shoes, actually lasts a long time too. I'm very happy with the Goodyear rubber that Skechers uses on many of their performance shoes, including as found here on the Razor Elite. The Hyperburst midsole measures in at 27mm in the back and 23mm in the front for a 4mm drop. That's enough cushioning to keep your feet comfortable in all types of racing or training speed sessions. 5K to half marathon seem to be the sweet spot for the Razor Elite, but I personally would not hesitate to use it as my marathon race day shoe. The Hyperburst midsole in the Razor Elite feels identical to the Razor 3, which means that it balances comfort, resiliency, and responsiveness, providing the runner with a soft yet springy feeling underfoot. The faster you run in this shoe, the more rewarding it becomes. I'd also like to note that the midsole in the Razor Elite is slightly softer than the Speed Elite, which is welcomed and makes the Razor Elite more of a universal speed shoe, good for all types of speed sessions or racing. Use it for training, racing, or both. As with the Speed Elite, the Razor Elite also incorporates a 4-foot only carbon plate, though in this case a much more flexible carbon plate that is inside the midsole. In fact, it's hard to even tell that it's there, but I do feel that the carbon plate helps provide a bit of added spring at toe off. Most carbon plate racing shoes in the market today are very stiff, like what is found in the Speed Elite, which is likely beneficial at the truly elite running level. However, I feel that the more flexible carbon plate in the Razor Elite is better and more effective for the majority of runners. To reiterate, I believe that the Razor Elite will suit most runners better than a super stiff carbon counterpart. The Razor Elite, like many of Skechers' performance offerings, also has the M-Strike technology, which encourages a mid-foot strike with an easy to quick transition through toe off. The rocker shape of the midsole rewards faster running, but I also found the shoe to be comfortable at slower recovery or cool-down type of paces. The upper of the Razor Elite is exactly the same as found on the Speed Elite, with the exception of the laces. The mono-mesh upper is a ripstop-like polyester knit that is very breathable, durable, and lightweight. You can also see that the upper is very thin and even translucent. I found the mono-mesh upper to be quite comfortable and fit my foot well, even though it doesn't stretch or mold to your foot like other softer materials found on some trainers. But again, this is a racing shoe, and the upper is perfect for its intended use. Moving to the back of the Razor Elite, the ankle and heel are lightly padded and offer little construction. That's totally fine, and if you look closely inside the shoe, there is some darker black fabric that is some sort of non-slip type of material that also helps hold your foot and heel in place. I experienced no significant heel or foot movement while running in the shoe, even after sizing up. But more on sizing later on in the video. The tongue is not gusseted and does not have much padding, but that never became an issue. The tongue always stayed in place and felt one with the shoe. I did not experience any odd pressure points or pinching across the top of my foot, or anywhere for that matter. As for the laces, they are thin and slightly stretchy, but again, no issues here either. Skechers seems to keep things at a minimum to keep the weight down, and in this case, it works, and it works very well. As mentioned before, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and the Razor Elite brings together the best of what Skechers Performance has to offer to date into a phenomenal package. I found myself looking forward to running in this shoe, and whenever I ran fast, this shoe was on my feet. So, as we wrap up the full review of the Razor Elite, I wanted to mention just a few things. One, Skechers originally sent this shoe in my normal size, which is 9.5. After my first run, I took it out for an 11-mile run, and my toes immediately started to experience some, not immediately, after about a few miles on the run, they started to experience some discomfort. Basically, there is not a lot of room in the toe box, as I had mentioned. So my toes were touching kind of the tips of the shoe here, the front of the shoe, and my big toe on both inside of the shoe here formed a little bit of a blister on each of the big toes. So I contacted Skechers, and they offered to send me a size 10 in this shoe, and that size for me was the way to go. I don't know if I can recommend sizing up for everybody, but it's definitely going to be a consideration that you're going to have to evaluate. Hopefully you can try the shoe on before you buy it, but for me, I don't know that I would have stuck with the shoe if I had stayed with my normal true to size fit. I did have to go to that half size up. Now, interestingly enough, the Speed Elite is only sold in whole sizes. So I ended up going with a size 10 in the Speed Elite anyways, and it was comfortable. I didn't think that I'd have to worry about going to a size 10 on the Razor Elite, because even in the Razor 3, I went true to size 9.5 and it fits fine. So I didn't think the Razor Elite I was gonna encounter that problem. But again, for me, I had to size up half a size. Toe box fits much better. I like the fit of the 9.5 around the ankle and the midfoot a little bit more in the true to size, or the 9.5, but in the 10, again, no real issue. It's not that much bigger. and my heel, midfoot doesn't move around. It still was very comfortable and gave me that lockdown feel that I would expect in a fast speed race day shoe. As for the cost of the Razor Elite, you can get it for 155 to 160 US dollars MSRP. And that's not a bad buy. That puts it right in line with the rest of the carbon fiber race shoes. I think the fact that you can use this for training as well adds to that value. So it's a competitive price. So do I recommend the shoe? Yes, absolutely. If you want a fast feeling, lightweight race day shoe that you can also train in, then the Razor Elite is probably the shoe to get for you. I definitely recommend it. I have loved running in this shoe. And in fact, whenever I am going out to run some faster paces in training or for a time trial, potentially for a race, this is the shoe that I find myself wanting to grab and throw on my feet. I really enjoy running in this shoe. It is so much fun. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.
Just want to give a special shout out to my running partner who helped capture a few shots for me. Grace, what do you want to tell everybody?
Be consistent, express your gratitude, and enjoy every mile.
All right, you heard her. Be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile. I'll see you guys on the next video. Won't we, Grace?
Uh-huh.